On a dazzling stage, girls gather in pursuit of their dream debut. Amidst bright spotlights, only the final stage and voting remain for the girls to achieve their debut dreams. The heat of the lights and explosive cheers fill the air as a contestant's foot steps onto the grand stage. As a performer extends her hand, two excited fans cheer from the audience, holding glowing light-up mirrors. With just one step left to debut, a determined girl in a school uniform and headset prepares for her moment. The girl in the headset begins to speak, her expression hinting at a significant moment as the audience watches on. Her purple eyes reflect fierce resolve as the girl with the headset stands ready on the stage. Other girls join her on the vibrant stage, performing energetically as voices call out, "Take a chance, chance, chance." The girl with purple eyes, now smiling brightly, promises to create the most dazzling stage with her fellow performers. The purple-eyed girl shares a joyful moment on stage with a winking girl with blue eyes, both beaming. The text reveals the winking girl is idol Yoon Hee-sung, highlighting her cheerful presence beside the purple-eyed girl. The purple-eyed girl raises her hand, overflowing with excitement and a bright, confident smile. She is captured mid-performance, radiating pure happiness on the stage. The scene shifts to a woman, the purple-eyed girl, relaxing on her couch at home as the journey toward becoming idols begins on her TV. The woman, now identified as Yoon Haisung, holds her remote and sighs, annoyed that Supernova Project is starting again. A male host on the TV screen announces the next contestant, prompting Yoon Haisung to declare she's sick of the show. Yoon Haisung stares at the TV with wide, purple eyes, contemplating changing the channel. On the screen, a new contestant, Na Yeonwoo from Management A, introduces herself with a polite greeting and smile. Na Yeonwoo's voice, soft and pure, blends perfectly with the piano, creating a refreshing sound. Na Yeonwoo captivates with her graceful yet crisp dance lines, winking charmingly. A close-up of Na Yeonwoo's smiling face emphasizes her captivating presence. Yoon Hae-sung stands before the television, completely mesmerized by Na Yeonwoo, feeling as if summer itself is before her. A dark shadow falls over Yoon Hee-sung as she clutches her phone, letting out a pained sigh. Yoon Hee-sung is overwhelmed, obsessing over Na Yeonwoo, wondering how anyone couldn't fall for their genius idol, refreshing milk soda bunny. Yoon Hee-sung vividly imagines Na Yeonwoo's pre-final performances, celebrating her reaching debut range and the public finally recognizing her worth. Yoon Hee-sung smiles confidently, convinced it would be strange if someone as good as Na Yeonwoo didn't debut, asserting her baby definitely will. Yoon Hye-sung recalls becoming a well-known Yeonwoo fan online, running a GIF account, and even making memes, showing her deep dedication. Yoon Hee-sung happily holds her phone, reflecting on how she solved her fan problems with money, surrounded by shining stars. Yoon Hee-sung walks through a crowd, reflecting that while her fan expenditures as an unemployed person were much, seeing Yeonwoo's debut live would be worth it. The day of the final live taping arrives. The stage is set for the final ranking ceremony for the top 10 as contestants stand in anticipation. Yoon Hee-sung sits in the audience, excitedly holding a fan sign, eagerly awaiting the results. Yoon Hee-sung's excited anticipation abruptly shifts to shock and apprehension. Yoon Hae-sung's face is filled with distress as the announcement confirms Na Yeonwoo's elimination from the debut group by a margin of 700 votes. Na Yeonwoo stands on stage, her back to the audience, while the crowd observes, lamenting the unfortunate outcome. Yoon Hee-sung looks utterly horrified, screaming in disbelief that her favorite lost by just 700 votes. Yoon Hae-sung is overcome with despair, crying out with profound anguish, tears streaming down her face. 1 year and 6 months later, Yoon Hee-sung looks somber, viewing a crying image on her phone. Yoon Hee-sung, now 27, questions her past fan loyalty, acknowledging that everyone else has moved on to new biases. Yoon Hae-sung reveals she became a full-time office worker, then sees shocking news that the Supernova S5 debut group is disbanding. Yoon Hee-sung explains that since the show ended, she's been buried in work, losing touch with idol news, but can't quit her job. Yoon Hee-sung's past motivation is depicted as a cycle, working to earn money for fan signs, hoping Yeonwoo would debut. Since starting work, Yoon Haisung opened a Yeonwoo savings account, embracing overtime to fund her fan activities. Yoon Haisung's eyes widen in stark disbelief as she stares at her phone, uttering a shocked, "What?" An online article on Yoon Haesung's phone reveals Na Yeonwoo left her agency and made a personal social media account with comments from concerned fans. Yoon Haesung lies distraught on her bed, letting out a series of anguished cries as overwhelming sadness consumes her. Yoon Haesung, still sobbing over Yeonwoo, is told by a male friend that Yeonwoo left her agency and is now just a normal person, prompting Haesung's shocked, "Oh, come on." Yoon Haesung's distress deepens into an enraged question. "What did you just say?" Yoon Haesung, wielding a baseball bat, glares menacingly at her male friend who recoils in terror, accusing her of crying after dismissing rumors. Yoon Haesung tearfully explains that Yeonwoo making a social media account is why she's upset, a rare move for idols, leading her male friend to plead with her to stop crying. The male friend tells Yoon Haesung to go to bed because she has work tomorrow, but she wails, accusing him of workplace abuse for sending her to work in such a state. Yoon Haesung cries heartbrokenly, tears streaming down her face, overwhelmed by a deep sadness. Lying in bed, Yoon Haesung attempts to comfort herself by binge-watching Supernova Season 5 on her phone. Yoon Haesung reflects on the genuine happiness she felt watching Yeonwoo's legendary performances in real time, but also the pain of evil editing, fan wars, and dwindling screen time. An on-screen interview reveals Yeonwoo chose not to be center, believing Hyunana was better, while the interviewer regrets not being able to vote for her. Distraught, Yoon Haesung cries out, lamenting that Yeonwoo didn't even need the center position to debut. Screaming in frustration, Yoon Haesung clutches at her clothes, believing Yeonwoo would have debuted if she had only gone for the center position. Lying face down, Yoon Haesung laments, "If only Yeonwoo's choreography hadn't gone wrong, or if producers hadn't nitpicked her, making her lose confidence." Tap. Tap. A profound "if only" hangs in the air, contemplating a past where things were just slightly different. Yeon Haesung wails in anguish, begging for the debuting Yeonwoo to be returned to them. Sniff. Hick. Yoon Haesung sits up, determined, deciding she shouldn't just sit and cry, resolving to send Yeonwoo a message of support. Tap. 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 Yoon Haesung composes a long, heartfelt message to Yeonwoo, expressing her unwavering support and hope that Yeonwoo knows she's still cheering her on. Whoosh! Yoon Haesung's finger taps the screen, overflowing with the desire for Yeonwoo to know someone is still cheering her on. Yoon Haesung assures herself a big agency will scout Yeonwoo, vowing not to quit her job as she needs to earn money for photo cards. Yoon Haesung cries again, determined to continue earning money for fan events, consumed by her dedication. Kakum, PPAK. That night, amidst a galaxy of shimmering stars and planets, Yoon Haesung had a dream. Yoon Haesung sits in an empty audition waiting room, observing a sign for Supernova Project Season 5 preliminary audition. Yoon Sing looks confused, wondering if she's dreaming, as a paper with Na Yeonwoo floats before her. Yoon Haesung stares, wide-eyed, at the floating paper displaying Na Yeonwoo's name, as a sense of reality sets in. Male staff member thanks Yoon Haesung for auditioning, stating they'll be in touch if she passes, and dismisses her. Twinkle. Yoon Haesung gasps, realizing in shock that she is truly at the Supernova Season 5 preliminary audition venue. A glowing message explains that Yoon Haesung has been swept into a dream world managed by System Morpheus, prompting her to question what this is. A new interface appears, asking Yoon Haesung if she would like to accept that her dream will become reality, offering yes or no choices. A glowing message explains that Yoon Haesung has been swept into the dream world managed by System Morpheus, prompting her to question what this is again. The interface reappears, asking Yoon Haesung if she would like to accept that her dream will become reality, presenting yes or no choices once more. Dalkak. Yoon Haesung stands by a bathroom door, deep in thought, perhaps contemplating her strange new reality. Hil Kim. Yoon Haesung's eyes widen, her expression hinting at a profound realization beginning to dawn on her. Ping! Amidst red glitching visuals, a warning appears stating she has 100 seconds to accept, or she will wake up, and she questions what this heck is. Ha! A countdown begins from 99.98, startling Yoon Hee-sung, who exclaims in surprise that there's a timer. The countdown continues at 97, accompanied by dynamic pink lightning effects, indicating the urgency of the situation. Yoon Hee-sung looks frantic, yelling for the countdown to wait, stop, as the timer drops to 96. Yoon Hee-sung lunges forward with a determined expression, commanding the system to stop, then wonders if she managed to dodge something. Yoon Hee-sung seemingly unleashes a burst of purple energy, attempting to counteract the system's influence amidst explosive effects. Huff. Yoon Hee-sung leans against a wall, visibly frustrated, and declares she's pissed off as a purple interface with Korean text appears. Tap. Tap. The countdown drops to 82 and then 81 as Yoon Hee-sung wonders what she should do in this bewildering situation. Yoon Hee-sung, standing in the bathroom, realizes she inexplicably completed the preliminary audition in her sleep and questions if the system wants her to join the show. Yoon Hee-sung, with a tired expression, sips from a drink, questioning if an ordinary office worker her age can truly become an idol. During a fan sign event, unseen fans cheer "Our Baby Caffeine" and "Our Baby Fish Eyes" for Yoon Hee-sung, who doubts her ability to be an idol. Twinkle. A system notification announces a gift from the system, offering a starter pack main character to increase her stats if accepted. Yoon Hee-sung smiles, deciding to accept the gift, rationalizing that raising her stats can't hurt, despite her initial disbelief at her audition stats. Ping. The system announces that accepting the first gift activates an age manipulation skill, which surprises Yoon Hee-sung. Yoon Hee-sung's age is changed to 19, and her appearance transforms into a radiant, youthful version of herself. Wow! Her complexion brightens, she regains the vitality of a 19-year-old body, and her visual stats increase, restoring her youth. Change up. Yoon Hee-sung is now a vibrant and confident 19-year-old, beaming with renewed youth and energy. Sparkle. The prompt to accept her dream becoming reality reappears, and Yoon Hee-sung, now younger, decides to go with it, though still unsure of the full changes. Tingling. A main quest is revealed, secretly supporting Na Yeon-woo to debut while participating in Supernova Project Season 5, which Yoon Hee-sung questions. Her eyes sparkling with determination, Yoon Hee-sung's immediate answer to secretly support Yeon-woo is an emphatic and excited obviously. The imposing Supernova Project stage looms as Yoon Hee-sung realizes she'll be competing against people who've dedicated their lives to achieving debut. Yoon Hee-sung looks away, her expression somber, as she honestly admits that she doesn't think she can compete. Yoon Hee-sung stands, her back to the audience, as a thought begins to form, signaling a turning point, but Yoon Hee-sung's determined expression shows through as she considers the impactful possibility of being given one more chance. Yoon Hee-sung stares intensely, proclaiming her determination to ensure Yeon-woo debuts this time. Yoon Hee-sung declares an emphatic "let's debut" with glowing resolve. Multiple warning messages and security tape patterns appear across a glitched, network-like background. A system warning states that using reality-altering skills or interfering with over 5 trainees will fail the quest if karma exceeds 5, leaving Yoon Hee-sung confused. Ping! A critical system tip warns that stacking karma above 5 will trap her in the boundary between reality and dream until the end of the universe. Yoon Hee-sung stands perplexed by a door, bathed in a spotlight, as numerous bright pink interfaces surround her. Wah! Yoon Hee-sung screams in shock as the door behind her slams shut with immense force. Yoon Hee-sung, startled, profusely apologizes, wondering why the door slammed so hard and thinking her heart nearly dropped. Yoon Hee-sung realizes she must control her expressions, even when angry, to avoid being caught on camera and dooming herself. Yoon Hee-sung practices a controlled smile in the mirror, confident her real-world experience will help her manage expressions. Yoon Hee-sung suddenly questions if she might be rejected from the preliminaries since she auditioned looking 27. Yoon Hee-sung initially blames the system for picking the wrong starting point, then pauses in contemplation. Yoon Hye-sung apologizes to an unseen person for startling them by slamming the door, looking surprised herself. A profile reveals Hyun Nana, 19, from Shark Music, who originally debuted in first place in Season 5. Hyun Nana confirms she was startled, comparing the slam to a bull, and explains she came to this bathroom because others were crowded, prompting another apology from her. Yoon Hye-sung awkwardly accepts Hyun Nana's apology, acknowledging that hurried situations can lead to such incidents. Yoon Hye-sung and Hyun Nana stand at the bathroom sinks, with Hyun Nana asking if Yoon Hye-sung is also there for the audition. Hyun Nana introduces herself as a 19-year-old trainee, beaming with a bright smile. Yoon Hye-sung introduces herself as Yoon Hye-sung, also 19, finding Hyun Nana dazzling. The two 19-year-olds excitedly agreed they are the same age and promise to greet each other if they meet during the main show. Yoon Hye-sung internally doubts making it to the main show, realizing she can't reveal her 27-year-old normie stats given all the talented people around. Hyun Nana praises Yoon Hye-sung, mentioning that other trainees are also saying she is incredibly good. Yoon Hye-sung looks comically shocked at being called talented, while Hyun Nana wonders if her compliment sounded too soulless. Hyun Nana gently holds Yoon Hye-sung's hand, surrounded by a radiant glow. Hyun Nana expresses how touching it is to hear such a compliment, stating it's her first time. Yoon Hye-sung realizes Hyun Nana has few friends here because her company has no other female trainees. A flashback shows Hyun Nana's company, Shark Music, traditionally featured only male artists, and she broke their macho image. Hyun Nana assures Yoon Hye-sung she will definitely make it to the main show, waving goodbye, leaving Yoon Hye-sung with an awkward laugh. Yoon Hye-sung reflects that Hyun Nana, despite appearing mature, is childlike and cute, realizing the center interview wasn't meant to criticize Yeonwoo. Yoon Hye-sung worries about getting along with the energetic younger trainees once training begins, overwhelmed by realistic concerns. Yoon Hye-sung arrives home, calling out a cheerful, "I'm home," in her apartment building. Yoon Hye-sung stares, wide-eyed and terrified, realizing her world has been flipped upside down and pondering her next move. Yoon Hye-sung views her low idol stats on a screen, noting her current star condition feels overwhelming. Yoon Hye-sung resolves she doesn't need to be excellent. Her goal is to support Yeonwoo and survive with decent skills. Yoon Hye-sung laments her very low stats, realizing the class evaluation is next after the preliminaries. Yoon Hye-sung decides to practice hard before filming, considering what song to perform for the class evaluation. Yoon Hye-sung rules out songs by current idols, or those too hard or easy to avoid comparisons. Yoon Hye-sung sits on the floor, holding a pen, contemplating practicing a particular song. Yoon Hye-sung smiles, holding her pen like a microphone, ready to sing. Yoon Hye-sung passionately sings into an imaginary microphone, aiming to impress the judges during the class evaluation. Yoon Hye-sung hums thoughtfully as she continues her vocal practice. Ping! Yoon Hye-sung successfully completes an intense vocal practice session, indicated by a system notification. Yoon Hye-sung continues her powerful singing practice, earning a system reward for a vocal stat increase. Wah! A male figure bursts into the room, startling Yoon Hye-sung mid-song. The male character angrily scolds Yoon Hye-sung for singing loudly at 10 o'clock, calling her a nuisance, while Yoon Hye-sung glares. Yoon Hye-sung angrily asks how he dares speak to his older sister like that, then has a sudden realization. Yoon Hye-sung is confused, remembering she only has one younger sibling, and realizing her age change to 19 might be the cause of this interaction. The male character criticizes Yoon Hye-sung for leaving a company she was lucky to join and tells her to rent a practice room. Yoon Hye-sung is shocked, questioning what company he is talking about, seemingly confused by his words. Yoon Hye-sung looks stunned as the male character questions her about leaving a prestigious company, asking why she created such a mess. Wah! Yoon Hye-sung is utterly shocked to hear she was allegedly a D&F trainee. Yoon Hye-sung pulls her suitcase, relieved she accepted the system's text yesterday, contemplating the intense vocal practice ahead. Yoon Hye-sung finds it hard to believe she's back at the MHN Center, reminiscing about her past fan days sneaking into pre-recordings. She reflects on how strange it feels to arrive with a suitcase now, compared to her old days wrapped in a blanket on the streets. Yoon Hee-sung thanks her manager for the ride, who advises her to manage her condition. Yoon Hee-sung has a chibi moment, admitting she's jealous of having a driver and shocked that she used to be in an agency, according to Yoonho. The narrative highlights D&F Entertainment's artists, including the top-tier group Vivid and the rookie Strawberry Killa. The imposing D&F Entertainment building is revealed, described as one of the Big Four and a giant of giants. Yoon Hee-sung clutches her head, frustrated and distraught, yelling at her past self and the system for making things so difficult. A sinister figure observes as Yoon Hee-sung realizes that her past as an ex-major agency trainee is prime clickbait for the production crew. Yoon Hee-sung looks distraught, realizing her fate is sealed due to her past, as another trainee calls out to her. Yoon Haisung cowers in fear, seeing a menacing figure welcoming the former D&F trainee and desperately wishing to run away. Yoon Haisung sits on the interview stage as she's asked about her relationship with Strawberry Killa, the final question. Yoon Haisung denies any connection with Strawberry Killa, reiterating her lack of involvement. Yoon Hee-sung looks surprised that her pre-interview is over so quickly, then rushes off to wait for her turn. Yoon Hee-sung is furious, realizing the show intends to link her to Strawberry Killa. Yoon Haisung worries she's doomed if the producers maliciously edit the footage, while another trainee expresses shock at the revelation. Trainees comment on the intensity of the season, specifically mentioning the participation of a former D&F trainee as Yoon Hee-sung watches the company logo. Yoon Hye-sung internally curses the producers as a staff member calls her name, inviting her to enter. Yoon Haisung steps onto the gleaming stage, while other trainees express awe at her entrance. Yoon Hee-sung smiles and introduces herself as Yoon Hee-sung, standing before a large screen displaying D&F Entertainment and her name. Former D&F Entertainment, causing Yoon Hee-sung's face to distort in dismay. Yoon Haisung quickly walks past the other trainees, thinking she needs to get to her seat fast to avoid more attention. Yoon Haisung looks determined, internally vowing to sit next to Yeon-woo, who she believes is nearby. Yoon Haisung excitedly spots Yeon-woo in the third row, next to the stairs. Yoon Haisung greets Yeon-woo, mentally reminding herself to act natural, and Yeon-woo reciprocates. Yeon-woo smiles brightly, returning Yoon Hee-sung's greeting. Yoon Haisung stares, overwhelmed and teary-eyed by Yeon-woo's radiant presence. The text on a shimmering background declares that the darkness inside Yoon Hee-sung is being washed away. Yoon Hee-sung gushes over Yeon-woo's beauty, comparing her to a shoujo manga character and feeling her heart flutter. Yoon Hee-sung asks Yeon-woo if she came alone, and Yeon-woo explains she came with a friend who wanted to sit higher up. Yeon-woo waves to Hyuna, who is sitting in a higher row. As Hyuna expresses surprise, Yeon-woo isn't in her usual top seat. Yoon Hee-sung and Yeon-woo smile, agreeing the upper seats are overwhelming, and Yoon Hee-sung inwardly vows to send Yeon-woo there. Ichibi Yoon Haisung anticipates the start of the Supernova project as its logo appears on the stage screen. The stage lights up, welcoming the 100 trainees embarking on their dreams. A woman introduces herself as Seol Hana, the chief mate, promising to support the trainees like an older sister. Seol Hana, holding a microphone, smiles confidently on stage. Yoon Hee-sung admires Seol Hana, reflecting on her past struggles as a singer and her current success as an actress. Seol Hana gestures grandly, preparing to introduce the elite team of trainers. Yoon Hee-sung reacts with shock, surprised by the appearance of Jade, one of the trainers. The new team of trainers is revealed: dance trainer Jade, rap trainer Kang Min-guk, and vocal trainers Yoo Jung-ah and S1, differing from before the upheaval. Seol Hana announces a new role for this season: the K-pop director. Yoon Haisung is surprised, noting the K-pop director role didn't exist before the upheaval. A new character, Minty, is introduced as the K-pop director and an active idol Sunbae. Minty stands powerfully on stage, radiating confidence. Yoon Hee-sung is utterly dumbfounded, questioning why her ultimate bias is here. Minty is identified as Park Ha-hyun, the leader and ace of Lunesta, now in her 7th year since debut. A profile highlights Minty Park Ha-hyun as a true all-rounder, excelling in composition, lyrics, arrangement, choreography, and vocals. Minty introduces herself as the K-pop director, smiling confidently on stage under bright lights. Haisung is wide-eyed with shock, internally exclaiming that Minty, her ultimate bias, is actually there. Haisung gasps, overwhelmed by seeing her bias Park Ha-hyun in person, while Yeonwoo looks concerned and asks if she's alright. Haisung explains her dramatic reaction, admitting she's just a huge fan, and Yeonwoo smiles, understanding her fandom for Lunesta. Haisung laughs nervously, acknowledging her fangirl moment, but firmly reaffirms internally that Yeonwoo is her current #1 favorite. Seoul Hana announces the conclusion of the trainer introductions and the imminent start of the agency class evaluations on the Bright stage. The class evaluation system displays various ranks: Ace, Middle, Basic, Entry, and F, where trainees will be assigned based on skill level. Haisung fiercely resolves to get Yeonwoo into the Ace class, knowing higher ranks guarantee more screen time and popularity. Haisung observes with concern that 9 teams have already performed, yet no one has achieved an Ace grade. Haisung notices the trainers are clearly bored, recalling Ha-hyun's strict demeanor even during her Lunesta days, explaining her lack of impression. Yeonwoo asks Haisung about her group's number, and Haisung is internally flustered, realizing she's speaking informally to Yeonwoo. Haisung remembers Yeonwoo told her to drop honorifics, then happily states her group is number 19, meaning they will perform together soon. Haisung expresses her growing nervousness to Yeonwoo, who also appears anxious, causing Haisung to internally panic and tell her heart to calm down. Minty prepares to announce the next contestant, prompting a chibi Haisung to mentally urge herself to focus on the stage. Han Youngwon, a solo trainee, is called to the stage, introducing herself with a composed expression. Ping! Haisung is stunned by Han Youngwon's incredibly high stats displayed on a screen, revealing her outstanding visual, vocal, dance, and star quality. Han Youngwon confidently turns to face the judges, announcing that she will now begin her performance. Dramatic lighting illuminates Han Youngwon's hand, surrounded by sparkling musical notes as her performance begins. Han Youngwon performs intensely, with a determined expression, bathed in brilliant stage lights. A close-up shows Han Youngwon's focused face as she continues her performance, reflecting on her true feelings. Han Youngwon delivers a powerful and captivating performance on stage, exuding a radiant aura that impresses Haisung. News articles reveal Han Youngwon's unfortunate past. Her debut was canceled twice due to internal group conflicts and unforeseen incidents. Han Youngwon concludes her performance, looking slightly exhausted but with a satisfied expression, as Haisung internally praises it as perfect. Minty, the K-pop director, comments that Han Youngwon exceeded expectations in every aspect, even with her known background. The judges announce a unanimous vote, placing Han Youngwon into the Ace class as she bows humbly on stage. The announcement confirms Han Youngwon snatched the first Ace grade, and trainers note it's unsurprising given her exceptional stats. Haisung observes Yeonwoo, who appears anxious and internally frets over her little bunny getting nervous. Haisung reassures Yeonwoo, urging her to perform as they practiced, gently holding her hand in support. Haisung lovingly calls Yeonwoo a squeaky baby chick, reflecting on a mother's heart, then corrects her previous thought of calling her a bunny, affectionately settling on genius bunny chick kitty puppy. A staff member calls for trainees 18 to 24 to wait backstage, surprising Yeonwoo, and Haisung laments that performing after Han Youngwon will be a nightmare. Another trainee asks Haisung and Yeonwoo if they are performing together, and Yeonwoo confirms it's just the two of them from their agency. Yeonwoo introduces her friend Cha Ju-in, an 18-year-old trainee, and Haisung is surprised, recalling Management A used to have 3 trainees before the reset. Haisung smiles politely while greeting Cha Ju-in, but internally questions why everything keeps changing since the system reset. Cha Ju-in nervously admits she's aiming for a basic rating, while Yeonwoo confidently states she's aiming for middle, shocking Haisung with her ambition. Yoon Hee-sung expresses her fear of messing up, then has a sudden realization, recalling a crucial past event. A dark flashback reveals Yeonwoo tripping on her shoelace during a previous evaluation, which caused her to score poorly. Yoon Hee-sung quickly kneels to retie Yeonwoo's shoelace, declaring with fierce determination that Yeonwoo will not fall this time. Yeonwoo initially offers to tie her own shoelace, but Yeon Haisung insists on helping her, believing it's the right thing to do to prevent a past mishap. Yoon Hee-sung proudly declares she will personally protect Yeonwoo's footwork, with sparkling shoes indicating that the accident potential has been neutralized. A staff member announces trainee Lee Joo-ha from Q Media, number 18, is next, surprising Yoon Hae-sung, who realizes this girl performs right before her. Lee Joo-ha confidently introduces herself as from Q Media, standing poised on the stage. Other trainers jokingly question Minty about potential bias or stricter judging since Lee Joo-ha is from her agency. Minty states she represents her company. Then Lee Joo-ha, looking determined, announces she is ready to begin her performance. Lee Joo-ha begins her performance of Candy by Snowy on the stage, which prominently displays the Supernova Project logo. Other trainees are surprised by Lee Joo-ha's song choice, recognizing it as Snowy's new track and calling it a bold decision. Yoon Hee-sung realizes the song choice changed since the reset and is shocked Lee Joo-ha chose Candy by Snowy for the evaluation. The next Q-Soul image details Lee Joo-ha's past. She was popular, but missed her debut due to her image overlapping with a pre-selected member. The narrative confirms Lee Joo-ha ultimately missed her debut because her image overlapped with an already chosen member. Yoon Hye-sung is surprised by Lee Joo-ha's impressive stats, realizing she holds her own against someone as talented as Han Young-won. Lee Joo-ha gracefully performs on stage, surrounded by bright pink and white lights, embodying the song's aesthetic. Yoon Hye-sung, in awe, internally wonders how intensely Lee Joo-ha must have practiced to perfect her radiant performance under the pink stage lights. Seol Hana thanks Lee Joo-ha for her performance and inquires about her song choice, to which Joo-ha explains it's dedicated to her fellow trainees who have supported her from the beginning. Lee Joo-ha passionately reveals her choice was to convey that, despite past failures, they continued to work hard, even when unobserved. A judge acknowledges Lee Joo-ha's meaningful choice, then passes the question to Minty, subtly jesting about her being stricter due to Lee Joo-ha being from her agency. Minty, with a slight smile, admits that despite the expectations of strictness, Lee Joo-ha's impressive performance is undeniable. Minty declares Lee Joo-ha has earned an ace-class grade, causing Joo-ha to beam with joy and express her heartfelt thanks. Seol Hana announces Yoon Hae-sung is next, prompting Yeonwoo and another trainee to enthusiastically cheer for Hee-sung to do her absolute best. Yoon Hee-sung, visibly nervous, walks toward the stage, intimidated by the large star decoration and the lingering presence of Lee Joo-ha nearby. Lee Joo-ha, with a warm smile, offers words of encouragement to Yoon Hye-sung, helping her to calm her racing heart. Yoon Hae-sung stands on stage, taking a deep breath, mentally urging herself to stay calm and introduce herself confidently. Seol Hana and Minty discuss Yoon Hee-sung's past as a major agency trainee, expressing high expectations for her skills, which internally flusters Hae-sung. As Yoon Hae-sung's song begins, other trainees are surprised by the unexpected choice, wondering if it's an original piece. The song evokes a wave of nostalgia for the audience, and Yoon Hae-sung internally acknowledges that she achieved the desired emotional reaction. Yoon Hae-sung performs with closed eyes, pouring emotion into her song, confirming her deliberate choice to stir feelings of nostalgia. The judges continue to analyze Yoon Hye-sung's unusual song choice, noting its bright yet melancholic melody. Yoon Hye-sung delivers the song's poignant lyrics about a fading image and shattering sunlight, standing alone under the bright stage lights. Love is The Scent of Lilac by Lee Soo-kyung, a 16-year-old dance-style ballad that defined an era. The power of music to evoke deep emotions is visually conveyed through various characters reflecting on the song. Yoon Hye-sung passionately explains that music holds the power to evoke such profound emotions and connections. Yoon Hae-sung's internal monologue reveals her intention to trigger a nostalgia effect with her song, visualized through a collage of old technology and social media. Yoon Hae-sung concludes her performance, a tear rolling down her cheek, satisfied that she gave her best at her current skill level without mistakes. The stage is now empty, awaiting the judges' comments on Yoon Hae-sung's performance. Seo Hana thanks Yoon Hae-sung, commenting on her youth and asking about her unconventional song choice. Yoon Hae-sung explains the song was her mother's favorite and she first heard it in elementary school. Seo Hana comments on Yoon Hae-sung's husky voice, surprising her with a pure song choice. Hae-sung explains her voice is naturally clear, implying extensive practice. Kang Min-guk, the rap trainer, challenges Yoon Hae-sung, asking if she truly believes her performance was good despite her practice. Yoon Hae-sung is stunned by the trainer's blunt question, internally interpreting it as a harsh dismissal of her efforts. Minty, holding her microphone, then questions Yoon Hae-sung about her noticeably short training period. Minty reveals Yoon Hae-sung only had 6 months of self-practice and 1 month with the company, surprising Hae-sung with this public disclosure. Minty remarks from a distance that Yoon Hae-sung's performance was not bad for someone who only trained for a month. Minty praises Yoon Hae-sung's emotional delivery and sense of rhythm, noting her potential for growth, which makes Hae-sung beam with happiness, calling her my uni. However, Minty's expression darkens as she delivers a blunt criticism. Yoon Hae-sung barely danced, crushing Hae-sung's newfound joy. Seo Hana asks if Yoon Hae-sung can demonstrate her dancing, and Hae-sung reluctantly agrees. Yoon Hae-sung internally panics, realizing her prepared dance is minimal and fearing it will be cut from the broadcast, questioning what to do. Ping! A glowing system message congratulates Yoon Hae-sung on successfully completing her first stage and offers a special reward. Yoon Hae-sung's eyes widen with excitement as she enthusiastically accepts the offered reward. Yoon Hae-sung stands before a shimmering purple screen, awaiting the unveiling of her special reward. Random trait acquired, striking a cool pose, normal. This provides baseless confidence without any actual stat boost. Yoon Hae-sung stares, utterly dumbfounded and furious at the useless reward she has received. Striking a cool pose, normal trait activates, engulfing Yoon Hae-sung in a vibrant pink and purple glow. Yoon Hae-sung stands confidently under a spotlight, declaring she will now perform freestyle. Seo Hana, surprised by Yoon Hae-sung's sudden surge of confidence, instructs the staff to play track number 17. Ominous red musical notes and dark feathers fill the screen as the dark song title, The Sky Has Fallen, appears. Yoon Hae-sung stands under a single red spotlight on the dark stage, with the grim lyrics, "Even the sun has forsaken me," echoing. As the darkness deepens, Yoon Hae-sung reflects that the producer would have played this controversial song, Deicide, anyway, likely for views. Chains and dark wings materialize around Yoon Hae-sung as she realizes the show is trying to milk views by connecting her, a former DNF member, to the controversial song Deicide. Yoon Hae-sung clenches her hand, her expression conveying a deep sense of abandonment as red energy flares around her. With glowing eyes and a determined smirk, Yoon Hae-sung declares she will show them, ready to unleash the dark dragon within her, surrounded by chains and dark energy. Yoon Hae-sung performs a powerful, multi-limbed dance, enveloped in dark red energy and chains, embodying her inner strength. Yoon Hae-sung continues her intense dance, expressing a feeling of betrayal and rejection from the world, and her decision to forsake it in return. The judge stares, eyes wide with shock and concern, as red streaks and chains fill the background. Two trainees react with surprise and fear, questioning what they just saw and stating it was terrifying, as red feathers and chains float around them. Yoon Hae-sung, illuminated in red, declares that the effect of the striking a cool pose trait has ended. Yoon Hae-sung lies exhausted and collapsed on the bright grid-patterned stage floor after her performance. Yoon Hae-sung, head in hands, panics internally, repeatedly thinking her performance was insane. A judge asks Yoon Hae-sung about her unexpected dance, while Hae-sung nervously confirms her readiness. The judge expresses shock at the dance, acknowledging the song's difficult concept but finding the performance scary. Another judge found the performance fun and like art, even asking Yoon Haisung to show the final move again, much to the first judge's dismay. Seol Hana, holding a microphone, formally addresses Yoon Hee-sung, signaling the upcoming evaluation results. The judge sternly questions Yoon Hee-sung's decision to freestyle, criticizing her for not executing a single movement properly or keeping the rhythm. The judge admits that while Yoon Hee-sung's singing showed sincerity, her dance was so poor that she wouldn't send her to Class F. The judge places Yoon Haisung in F class, vowing to fix her bad habits, and Haisung quietly thanks her. Yeon Woo and another trainee comfort Yoon Hee-sung, assuring her she worked hard and likely gained screen time. Yoon Hee-sung thanks them, then encourages her friends to do their best when it's their turn. Cha Ju-eun and Na Yeon-woo stand ready on stage, introducing themselves as trainees from Management A. The judges express excitement for their performance, commenting on their impressive visuals. Cha Ju-yeon and Na Yeon-woo strike a confident pose on stage, surrounded by sparkling blue lights. Yeon-woo covers her mouth, excited and ready to begin her performance. The two trainees gracefully dance, their synchronized moves leading to a system message that guarantees them at least a basic rank. A close-up shows one of the trainees' shoelaces untied, a subtle detail, with a whoosh sound. Yoon Haisung stares in horror, realizing her shoelaces are untied, just like the critical incident before everything collapsed. Yeon-woo kneels on stage, having seemingly tripped due to an untied shoelace. Two trainees react with shock and concern as Yeon-woo stumbles. Yoon Hee-sung cries, blaming herself for Yeon-woo's mishap, convinced it's her fault for not tying her shoelaces. A judge explains that while mistakes happen, Yeon-woo's error prevented her from finishing, announcing Cha Ju-yeon's basic rating. Yoon Hee-sung looks distraught as Yeon-woo appears visibly upset by the outcome. Yoon Hee-sung embraces Yeon-woo, repeatedly apologizing and expressing deep regret. Yeon-woo gently comforts Yoon Hee-sung, smiling and telling her there is no need to apologize. Yeon-woo cries, thanking Yoon Hee-sung for her kindness. The third trainee joins their embrace, playfully telling both Yoon Hee-sung and Yeon-woo to stop crying, lest she cry too. A staff member announces that trainees should change into practice clothes and take their seats. Yoon Hee-sung observes the gloomy F-class section, noting the dark uniform color. Yoon Hee-sung worries about Yeon-woo, sensing her friend must be feeling down. An announcement flashes across the screen, revealing the upcoming signal song for Supernova Project Season 5. Yeon Haisung, in her F-class uniform, clenches her fist, determined to raise her grade during the class re-evaluation with the new song. The stage lights up with a blue glow as the announcement for Supernova Project Season 5's signal song is prepared. The signal song, Chance, is revealed, and Yoon Haisung resolves to use it to boost her ranking during the reassessment. Kang Min-ji-yu, the dance trainer, angrily questions Yoon Hee-sung's ability to move up a class with her current skills. In the choreography studio, Kang Min-ji criticizes trainees for lacking basic rhythm and repeatedly messing up parts. Kang Min-ji-yu sternly questions Yoon Hee-sung's desire to be an idol, while Haisung internally wishes he would stop grilling her. Kang Min-ji-yu, with an intense expression, singles out Yoon Hee-sung, demanding she practice more. Yoon Hee-sung sits dejectedly on the floor, and Yeon-woo approaches, asking if she is okay. Yoon Haisung assures Yeon-woo she's fine and will watch the choreography video, urging Yeon-woo to continue her own practice, which makes Yeon-woo worried. Yoon Hee-sung watches the choreography video on a tablet, confident that she has already memorized the entire routine. Despite memorizing the dance, Yoon Hee-sung struggles physically, questioning why her body isn't cooperating as a random quest notification appears. A system prompt tasks Yoon Hee-sung with registering the Chance choreography in Dance Master and achieving 1% proficiency, which she accepts. Yoon Haisung laments that she actually has to physically practice, sarcastically realizing she must use her body. Yoon Hee-sung excitedly proposes practicing the routine together with Yeon-woo, having already memorized it. Lim Ye-in, an F-rank trainee, expresses admiration for Yoon Hee-sung's quick memorization, playfully suggesting she might be a genius. Yoon Hee-sung acknowledges that memorizing is different from performing, asking Yeon-woo for help, who readily agrees as Yeonwoo's impressive stats are displayed. Yeon Haisung observes Yeonwoo's high dance stats in F class, internally vowing to push her hard to maximize their practice. Yoon Hee-sung approaches her F-class peers in their dark uniforms, warmly greeting everyone in the practice room. Yoon Hee-sung internally muses about gaining a good storyline and rank boost by acting as the Class F teacher, while another trainee excitedly announces that Yeonwoo has already learned the routine and will teach them. The F-class trainees express awe and surprise that Yeonwoo has already mastered the challenging choreography, making her look flustered as she confirms it. Yeon Hee-sung suggests making Yeonwoo the class representative, receiving enthusiastic agreement from a peer, though Yeonwoo appears hesitant. Yoon Hae-sung, eyes glowing with determination, asserts her plan to let the producers milk their efforts for content and resolves to max out her dance proficiency, challenging Kang Min-guk. During practice, Yeon Hee-sung struggles, receiving feedback that she is falling off beat and needs to stick to the rhythm first, to which she reluctantly agrees. Yoon Hae-sung's face contorts in confusion and distress as she senses something is off, questioning why her practice isn't yielding results. Yeon Hee-sung sits disheartened, noticing her dance proficiency for chance is still below 1%, despite nearly 10 hours of practice, wondering why it isn't increasing. Yeon Hae-sung apologizes to Yeonwoo for monopolizing her practice time and asks her to practice solo while she tries working on her own. Yeonwoo is advised to also work on her vocals, as a new trainee, Amamiya Lurica, loudly complains that she cannot do it. Amamiya Lurica dramatically flails her arms and loudly pleads for Yeonwoo's help with the choreography. Yeonwoo patiently tries to guide a struggling Amamiya Lurica through the dance steps during practice. Yeon Hee-sung observes Yeonwoo assisting Amamiya Lurica, then approaches to talk to Amamiya Lurica, telling Yeonwoo to continue practicing, which Yeonwoo accepts. Yoon Hee-sung confronts Amamiya Lurica, questioning why she hasn't even memorized the choreography yet. Yoon Hee-sung urges Amamiya Lurica to focus on learning the routine, but Amamiya Lurica tearfully insists she can't memorize it and declares her affection for Yeonwoo. Yoon Hae-sung's eye glows with a fiery intensity as she internally questions Amamiya Lurica's unusual behavior and lack of conscience. Yoon Hae-sung continues to confront Amamiya Lurica, who seems surprised, just as Kang Min-guk, the trainer, enters the practice room and greets the F-class trainees, who respond respectfully. Kang Min-guk gives the signal to begin as the F-class trainees, including Yeonwoo and Yain, prepare to perform the chant signal song. Kang Min-guk praises Yeonwoo and Yain for their good work, encouraging them for the reassessment, but then sternly yells, "That's enough!" at a struggling Yoon Hee-sung. Kang Min-guk harshly criticizes Yeon Hee-sung, telling her she's too slow and her arms are floppy, demanding she get it together. Kang Min-guk expresses his disappointment in Yeon Hee-sung, stating he had hopes for her improvement, but questions if she intends to keep slacking off. Kang Min-guk sternly warns Yeon Hee-sung to take the reassessment seriously, questioning her commitment and effort, leaving Yeon Hee-sung internally asking why. Kang Min-guk shifts his tone, encouraging Amamiya Lurica to be more confident, and she enthusiastically agrees. Yeon Hee-sung's internal monologue reveals her intense frustration with Kang Min-guk always yelling at her, vowing to improve and avoid further scolding. 1 hour later, Yoon Hee-sung stands exhausted but triumphant, as a system notification confirms she has achieved 1% choreography proficiency for chance. Yeon Haisung looks surprised as the system announces a reward of 1x spin of the lucky roulette, and Yeonwoo calls out to her. Yeon Hee-sung expresses surprise to see Yeonwoo and Yain still there, asking if they didn't go to bed, and they confirm they are continuing their practice. Yeonwoo and Yain explain that more than half of Class A is still practicing, motivating Yoon Hee-sung to push herself and practice more too. Yoon Hae-sung realizes even the top-tier trainees are diligently practicing late, and she excitedly proposes they run the routine together 10 more times. The 3 trainees intensively practice the chance choreography, following a directive to turn right here amidst scattered water bottles. The trainees strike a pose as a system notification announces 10% choreography proficiency for chance, and Yoon Hae-sung happily notes that progress shoots up without mistakes. A close-up highlights a precise foot movement as a character prepares to jump during the dance routine. Yeon Haesung collapses from exhaustion, prompting Yeonwoo and Yan to rush to her side, calling out her name with concern. Yan expresses concern for Yoon Hee-sung's exhausted legs, suggesting they call it a night since it's past 3 a.m., and Yoon Hee-sung wearily agrees, feeling utterly drained. Yoon Hee-sung observes a visual timeline of her training days and realizes with despair that there are less than 72 hours until the reassessment, yet her proficiency is only 10%. Yoon Haesung decides she must take action and asks the system to use her lucky roulette ticket, which the system confirms. Ping! Yeon Haesung stands before a magnificent, glowing lucky wheel, enthusiastically commanding it to spin and begin the roulette. The camera focuses on the intricate, glowing needle of the lucky roulette as it rapidly spins and prepares to land on a prize. Confetti and sparkling effects fill the screen as the system delivers a "Congratulations" message, poised to unveil Yoon Hee-sung's prize. Yoon Hee-sung stares with wide eyes, questioning in disbelief what her prize could possibly be. The screen flashes, "Congratulations!" once more, announcing that the prize is about to be revealed. Yoon Hye-sung's eyes widen with a mixture of surprise and anticipation as she awaits the grand revelation of her prize. Yoon Hee-sung won Lucky Roulette Ticket X1, and she immediately commands it to spin again. Yoon Hye-sung expresses exasperation as she wins Lucky Roulette Ticket X1 again and then a third time, furiously demanding to spin both of them simultaneously. Ping! The system congratulates Yoon Hye-sung, announcing she won a Martial Arts Master's Elixir, regular, and a hidden trait, less than possession greater than. Detailed descriptions of the rewards appear. The elixir boosts stamina and concentration, while the hidden trait possession allows channeling and other stats for a limited time, with a 180-day cooldown. Yoon Hee-sung realizes the possession trait is incredibly powerful despite its cooldown, and decides to keep the elixir as a backup for now. Feeling completely drained, Yoon Hee-sung decides to sleep on her new rewards and think more clearly tomorrow, as she walks alone outside the practice building late at night. Yoon Hae-sung is startled by the sudden appearance of Kang Min-guk, who glares at her with glowing eyes and harshly calls her a weakling. Under a bright spotlight, a dancer leaps and twirls, inspiring a powerful resolve to dance chance like they truly mean it to be the one who shines the most. With determined eyes, Yoon Hae-sung internally accepts the challenge to practice more to avoid criticism, affirming she has made her choice. Haik! Yoon Hee-sung abruptly wakes up in her bed, startled and screaming. Two roommates, a light-haired girl and a dark-haired girl, stand over Yoon Hee-sung's bed, waking her up and noting she came home late. Yoon Hae-sung realizes the song Chance is being used as their alarm, then blushes and asks her unease if she was loud earlier. Ace-class trainees Lee Ju-ha and Han Young-won reassure Yoon Hee-sung they weren't bothered, with Ju-ha mentioning earplugs while Hae-sung internally feels immense pressure rooming with such skilled individuals. A chibi Yeonwoo offers Yoon Hee-sung an insanely expensive supplement, making Hae-sung gasp at the preciousness of the super effective item. Yoon Hae-sung walks, content that her vocal class went smoothly and her vocal stat increased, with a system notification confirming self-awareness success and a vocal stat boost. Yoon Hee-sung reflects on her exhausting daily routine of eating and practicing, feeling terrified that even with all her effort, she still lacks sufficient practice time. Ding dong! A bright, glowing system window appears, greeting Yoon Hae-sung as, "Hello, customer." Yoon Hae-sung reacts with surprise to the new system peddler, who explains they only appear on special days, prompting Hae-sung to internally question if her personality is changing. A list of expensive items is displayed, and Yoon Hae-sung laments her lack of money, but the system quickly reassures her. The system explains she can convert her stats or song/dance proficiency into points, which Yoon Hee-sung finds outrageous and calls thievery, especially noting 1 point per 10% proficiency. Yoon Hee-sung decides against converting her chance proficiency, but chooses to convert all of her love is Lyra scent proficiency into points, since they likely won't sing it again. The system confirms her love is Lyra scent proficiency converted to 6 points, and Yoon Hee-sung decides to use them to buy the most useful item, a lucky 4-leaf clover. Yoon Haisung watches a glowing 4-leaf clover materialize in her hand, wondering if it's real and if others can see it too. A voice from behind startles Yoon Hee-sung, asking what she is doing. Seongbin, a beginner class trainee, reveals herself and comments on Yoon Hee-sung mumbling alone. Seongbin laughs, reminiscing about Yoon Hee-sung's unforgettable class evaluation stage, especially her minus vocal stat performance. Seongbin continues to praise Yoon Hee-sung's super memorable evaluation, stating she'd never seen anything like it, making Yoon Hee-sung internally wonder if it's a polite insult. Yoon Hee-sung attempts to politely excuse herself from Seongbin, but Seongbin urgently asks her to wait. Seongbin expresses regret that Yoon Hee-sung left before she could mention Hee-sung's excellent song expression, while Yoon Hee-sung is nowhere in sight. Yoon Haisung observes other F-class trainees, realizing it's becoming clear who will move up and who will remain in their current class. Yoon Haisung notes Yeonwoo's chance dance proficiency is 52%, enough for basic class, but believes Yeonwoo needs to reach ace class to truly shine. Yoon Haisung checks her own chance vocal proficiency at 21% and dance proficiency at 12%, feeling uncertain about her potential class placement. Yoon Hee-sung considers using her elixir but despairs that, even with it and no sleep, she might not reach 50% proficiency, wishing for a room of spirit and time to practice. Yoon Hee-sung daydreams of reuniting with Yeonwoo in ace class, completing her emotional arc as she lies exhausted on the floor, leading Yeonwoo and a peer to worry about her late-night practice. Ping! A system notification announces Bonus Stat Delusion Power Up, +1, granting Yoon Haisung the title Delusional Molecule and unlocking the special skill Rewind Clockwork, which bewilders her. Rewind Clockwork allows her to practice choreography for proficiency, then rewind time and restore stamina while retaining experience, effectively enabling endless practice. Yoon Haisung is overjoyed by the Rewind Clockwork skill, exclaiming her amazement and eager to try it immediately. Yoon Hee-sung mentally prepares for her first run of the chance choreography, ready to activate Rewind Clockwork. Yoon Hee-sung stands surprised as her stamina and time truly reset back to 1208, confirming the skill's effect in the practice room with other trainees. Yoon Haisung repeatedly commands Rewind, executing 10, then 30 repetitions of the choreography to maximize her practice. With intense, glowing eyes, Yoon Hee-sung relentlessly commands Rewind again and again. Yoon Haisung continues to use Rewind for 50, then 100 repetitions, pushing herself to extreme limits. After an astonishing 4,000 repetitions, Yoon Hee-sung's eyes are dark with exhaustion as the system confirms 99% choreography proficiency for Chance. Collapsed on the floor, Yoon Hee-sung realizes she used Rewind Clockwork for over 14,000 minutes in only 5 seconds of actual time, reaching her limit as her dance stat increased by half a star. Yoon Haisung, feeling ill and unable to use the skill further, explains that 4,000 repetitions were needed to level up, as Yeonwoo approaches concerned, asking if she is okay. Yeonwoo gently touches Yoon Hee-sung's forehead, confirming she has no fever despite her visible distress. Yoon Haisung blushes and assures Yeonwoo she's fine, while internally admiring Yeonwoo's beauty and calling her a baby statue of perfection. Yeonwoo, still worried, asks if she's truly okay. Yoon Haisung recounts her recent trip to the emergency room for stress-induced enteritis, worrying about her health but hoping she is fine after the hospital visit. A trainer scolds Yeonwoo and Yeon, emphasizing that their dance positions do not excuse poor singing. The trainer angrily lectures the trainees for only focusing on dancing, questioning how they expect to sing live if they can't even sing properly while standing. The trainer calls Yoon Hee-sung to sing, shocking Hee-sung, who notes the trainer's unprecedented anger and anticipates a scolding. Yoon Hee-sung sings, with her chance vocal proficiency increasing to 30% as she confidently declares her intent to be the one who shines the most. Yoon Cha-sung is surprised she wasn't scolded, wondering if it's the lucky 4-leaf clover's effect, as the trainer advises everyone to sing honestly like Haisung did, without flourishes. Yoon Hee-sung expresses concern for Yeonwoo after the vocal critique, her expression showing worry. The system displays a grave warning. The price for certain actions is building karma, and exceeding 5 karma points will trap her between reality and dreams until the end of this universe. Ping! The system offers to apply rewind clockwork to an extra target for 24 hours at the cost of karma +1. As Yeonwoo stands looking distraught, the system presents Yoon Hee-sung with a choice. Build karma and apply less than rewind clockwork greater than to Na Yeonwoo? A system window appears, asking Yoon Hee-sung if she would like to accumulate karma and apply the skill to Na Yeonwoo. The system warns that if karma exceeds 5, she will be trapped between reality and dreams as punishment. Yeonwoo was mistakenly dropped to F class and needs to make an impact during her reevaluation. Yoon Hee-sung, with determination, states she will pay the price and commands the system Ping to register Yeonwoo. Yoon Hee-sung stands firm, resolving to raise Yeonwoo's vocal skills. In the vocal practice room, Yoon Hee-sung asks Yeonwoo to sing Chance all the way through, and Yeonwoo agrees to try. Yeonwoo finishes singing, and Yoon Hee-sung announces it's her turn to provide feedback. Yoon Hee-sung encourages Yeonwoo to sing freely, even if her voice cracks, urging her to put all her heart into it. Yoon Hee-sung shouts, "Rewind the spring," as Yeonwoo nods, prepared to try again. Yoon Hee-sung notes that singing the full song uses rewind clockwork 4 times, planning for Yeonwoo to sing it 100 times to boost her 21.5% vocal proficiency. Yoon Hee-sung considers doing all 100 repetitions at once, but decides against it to avoid Yeonwoo feeling suspicious, choosing the safer, slower route. Yoon Hee-sung repeatedly commands rewind, so Yeonwoo can practice singing without interruption. Yoon Hee-sung feels dizzy after hitting her 100 repetition target, but shrugs off her discomfort for Yeonwoo's sake. Yeonwoo beams, stating she feels she's improving much faster practicing with Yoon Hee-sung, as her vocal proficiency reaches 28.3%. Yoon Hee-sung cries tears of joy internally, accepting her suffering if it means Yeonwoo is smiling. Yoon Hee-sung advises Yeonwoo to project her voice with more confidence, reminding her that conviction is half the battle. Yoon Hee-sung pushes herself vocally with a loud sound, while Yeonwoo calmly suggests she control her voice, noting her pitch has worsened. Yoon Hee-sung acknowledges their improvement, and her peers decide to push harder until dance class, reminding them it's approaching. Yoon Hee-sung, with intense eyes, sees her vocal proficiency at 48% and choreography at 99%, realizing she won't be criticized, then wonders about her remarkable stats. Yoon Hee-sung envisions Min-guk collapsing from her superior dancing, while 2 trainees express concern about her exhausted state. Yoon Hee-sung feels unprecedented excitement for dance class, as a fellow trainee asks if everyone practiced extensively. The dance instructor announces that Senior Jade will lead the re-evaluation, and Senior Jade cheerfully greets the class, surprising Yoon Hee-sung. The intimidating instructor orders the class representative and those scolded yesterday to the front, as Yoon Hee-sung vows not to mess up this time. Yoon Hee-sung practices Chance, but strategically plans to dance slightly off to avoid appearing overly suspicious with her sudden improvement. With a confident grin, Yoon Hee-sung plans to seize her chance tonight, knowing her 99% proficiency will make everyone faint from shock. Senior Jade and the male instructor are stunned by Yoon Hee-sung's sudden skill, questioning if she sold her soul and practiced all night. Senior Jade and the male instructor look over the other trainees, wondering why they didn't practice as much. The instructors exchange knowing looks, subtly implying that those who slept early must be confident in their skills. The female instructor states that the trainees lack the skills to back up their confidence, causing Yoon Hee-sung and her peers to feel the atmosphere drop. Yoon Hee-sung observes that the instructor's comments are making everyone's confidence plummet, despite their goal to boost Yeonwoo's image. Yoon Hee-sung comforts a distressed Yeonwoo after class, contemplating if she should be the one to address the group. Yeonwoo gathers everyone's attention, declaring that practice is the best remedy for low confidence. Yoon Hee-sung notes that the other trainees are exhausted, but can't bring themselves to leave, knowing Yanwoo is watching them. Haisung sees that others are on board and suggests she and Yanwoo head to the vocal room for more practice, aiming to raise both their proficiencies. Ping! Yanwoo expresses satisfaction with their good chemistry as her vocal proficiency for chance reaches 50%. Haisung internally recognizes her grueling rewind from hell routine is the true cause of Yanwoo's progress, but decides Yanwoo doesn't need to know. Her vocal proficiency is 70%. Haisung continues her intense, non-stop practice as the clock shows 1:08, feeling utterly exhausted. As the clock turns to 2 o'clock, Haisung yearns for a nap, but reminds herself it's the final night before reevaluation. Haisung looks surprised and asks her fellow trainees how they are doing. Haisung is startled and delighted to see Senior Minty, who winks and cheerfully greets her. Haisung and other trainees practice the chants choreography, their feet shown in motion. Senior Minty praises the trainees, surprised they are better than expected, making Haisung internally lament how low her expectations must have been. Senior Minty confidently strides forward, encouraging everyone to work on the parts that didn't quite click, which deeply impresses Haisung. Senior Minty instructs the trainees to adjust their timing and move half a beat earlier to hit the turn correctly in chants. Senior Minty taps her foot, calling out the counts. 7, 8, boom! Senior Minty demonstrates the turn, urging trainees to hit the timing precisely. Senior Minty commends Yanwoo for her leadership, stating she has the potential to keep rising, to which Yanwoo expresses gratitude. Senior Minty expresses concern about Haisung's pale complexion, asking if she's sick, and Haisung admits she lost too much sleep practicing. Senior Minty acknowledges Haisung's improvement, but advises her not to overexert herself, while Haisung internally admires her skilled and warm Sly Kitty sister. Senior Minty cheerfully departs, telling the trainees she's heading out, while they thank her for her hard work. 2 trainees celebrate receiving praise for the first time, admitting they were scared of Senior Minty scolding them, then suggest pulling an all-nighter for practice, noting the massive effect of the praise. Haisung sits hunched over with a dark aura, feeling like she's about to pass out from exhaustion. Haisung questions her suffering, feeling held hostage by her own desire to be an idol, and wonders why she feels dizzy just sitting. Haisung lies collapsed on the practice room floor, surrounded by other concerned trainees. Haisung floats amidst glowing planets and stars in a surreal cosmic void, wondering if she has died. Still in the vibrant, star-filled space, Haisung calls out to the status window, asking if it's listening. Haisung floats peacefully in the ethereal, sparkling space, seemingly at rest. Haisung is startled by a small floating creature holding censorship regulations as she tries to get the status window's attention again. Haisung sees a bright, shimmering change in the void, wondering if her cursing made something happen, though a thought bubble confirms it did not. Haisung hears Yanwoo's voice calling her name and notices an IV drip, realizing she's in a hospital. In a blurry vision, Haisung hears Yanwoo's voice asking why she did what she did, as she lies in a hospital bed. Hyuara jolts awake, surprised, as other trainees shout her name in the practice room. Haisung sits up on the floor, disoriented, as fellow trainees ask if she's okay and if the hospital staff have left. Haisung asks Yanwoo how long she was unconscious, guessing a few minutes, while Yanwoo looks surprised. Haisung speculates if she was out for an hour or more, as a chibified Yanwoo tries to interject and explain. Haisung reacts with electric shock, exclaiming in horror at the thought that the re-evaluation might have already ended while she was out. Haisung sighs in relief, expressing gratitude that her collapse wasn't serious since she recovered quickly as Yanwoo approaches. Yanwoo, looking distressed, explains Haisung suddenly collapsed and laments not realizing how serious her condition was. Haisung gently comforts a tearful Yanwoo, assuring her she's fine and just fell asleep from tiredness, telling her not to cry. Haisung reassures Yanwoo that she'll be fine with some rest, but Yanwoo still expresses deep concern. Haisung internally confirms she collapsed from overusing her skill but smiles, telling her friends she's fine, unable to reveal the truth. Haisung is surprised to see her roommates, Asking if they were in the room, Yoon Hee-sung quickly covers herself, realizing her roommates also stayed up practicing overnight. Her roommates explain they came back early after she collapsed, expressing shock and concern over her condition. Yoon Hee-sung confirms she collapsed from tiredness, reassuring her roommates that it was nothing serious. Yoon Hee-sung prepares for bed, asserting that a bit of sleep will make her fine, while her roommates look on. Her roommates surprise Yoon Hee-sung, noting her quiet footsteps, and firmly insist they go to the hospital. Her roommates insist Yoon Hee-sung should not stay, emphasizing the immediate need to go to the hospital. Yoon Hee-sung reacts with a shocked expression and raised hand, vehemently insisting that she's genuinely fine. Yoon Hee-sung lies in a hospital bed with an IV, internally musing about being express delivered to the hospital. Her roommates sit by her hospital bed, explaining they couldn't just stand by and watch her collapse. The roommates gravely state that collapsing indicates something is wrong, and Yoon Hee-sung should have gone to the hospital upon waking. One roommate playfully teases the other about worrying over their much younger peer, while the other remains silent. Yoon Hee-sung internally feels guilty as the oldest, then suggests her roommates rest in the car as she's in the hospital bed. Her roommates playfully refuse to leave, stating they're too lazy and will stay, assuring her not to worry about them. One of her roommates gently comforts Yoon Hee-sung, telling her to sleep and promising to wake her when the IV drip is finished. Yoon Hee-sung closes her eyes with a faint smile, seemingly accepting her need for rest. The scene shifts to the dormitory auditorium as Yoon Hee-sung's roommates tell her she's better for going to the hospital, and she agrees, feeling much better after the IV and food. Yoon Hee-sung and Yeonwoo embrace tightly, both smiling warmly. Yoon Hee-sung assures Yeonwoo she's fine, while Yeonwoo expresses regret for not accompanying her to the hospital. Yoon Hee-sung clarifies her roommates dragged her to the hospital because she insisted she was fine. Yoon Hee-sung assures Yeonwoo she's perfectly fine and will participate in the reevaluation, while Yeonwoo still looks worried. Yoon Hee-sung maintains her determination, stating she wouldn't miss the reevaluation just because she passed out. Yoon Hee-sung's roommates leave to check on the ace class girls, and Yoon Hee-sung thanks them for everything. The real reevaluation is about to begin, and Yeonwoo, showing her vocal proficiency at 74.8% and dance proficiency at 89.9%, asks Yoon Hee-sung to go with her. Yoon Hee-sung confirms Yeonwoo's dance proficiency is in the top 5%, despite her vocals being slightly below the ace class average. Yeonwoo glows with determination, her body radiating confidence as she aims for ace class. Yoon Hee-sung observes that this reevaluation change feels significantly different from past alterations. A female instructor stands before the judges, announcing that the evaluation format has changed for everyone. A smiling judge explains the switch to in-person evaluations because watching 100 videos would take too long, prompting hesitant agreement from the trainees. Trainees from Class F are called to line up 5 at a time, making Yoon Hee-sung internally dread public humiliation again. Yoon Hee-sung radiates confidence, declaring she has chosen herself to be the one who will shine the most. Trainee Lim Yeon from the beginner class is noted as having failed to escape Class F, with only 6 people left and no one yet reaching ace class, though she is encouraged. Yeonwoo steps forward with determination after being called as the next trainee for evaluation, confirming her readiness. A female judge asks Yeonwoo if she is indeed the Class F leader, to which Yeonwoo confidently asserts she doesn't belong in Class F. A fierce internal monologue states that as long as she doesn't mess up like last time, she'll make it to basic class, prompting a questioning, "Basic? That's it?" Yeonwoo performs Chance, captivating the audience with her powerful dance lines and confident expression. Yeonwoo expertly uses her body's strengths while dancing, maintaining a radiant and graceful presence. Yeonwoo beams with newfound confidence, appearing more relaxed as she boldly proclaims herself the star tonight. Yeonwoo completes her performance with a flourish, bowing deeply to express her thanks. Yeonwoo bows again, expressing sincere gratitude for the opportunity. Lim Yeon weeps with pride, overcome with emotion as she praises Yeonwoo's excellent performance. 2 judges commend Yeonwoo's nearly perfect dance and beautiful lines, reconsidering if placing her in Class F was too harsh, while a trainee notes she'll easily make ace class. A male judge acknowledges Yanwoo's strong visuals, but regrettably notes her soft voice, causing the purple-haired trainee to react with furious denial. The male judge turns to his colleague, teacher Jianga, asking her opinion on whether middle class would be a good fit for Yanwoo. The purple-haired trainee grips her chest with a thump, distressed that Yanwoo's vocal proficiency is borderline, and the possibility of her only reaching middle class. A wave of shock and disbelief washes over the purple-haired trainee, the male judge, and Yanwoo at the unexpected turn of events. Teacher Jianga, with a renewed conviction, passionately declares that Yanwoo absolutely deserves to be sent to ace class. Teacher Jianga emphasizes Yanwoo's dance talent and immense practice, revealing she couldn't even produce a proper sound until just yesterday morning. The female judge confidently asserts that Yanwoo must be given ace class, and the male judge, finally convinced, agrees to promote her. Yoon Haisung celebrates her success with a triumphant smile and raised fists, feeling immense pride as her rewind from hell routines paid off and Yanwoo is going to ace class. Other trainees express their astonishment, finding Yanwoo's sudden leap from Class F directly to ace class unbelievable. A chibified Yoon Haisung observes with a cunning smirk that Yanwoo's dramatic ascent will surely garner significant screen time. Yoon Haisung, in a menacing hooded figure form, threatens the PD to properly execute Yanwoo's story arc, ensuring her transformation from clumsy to a real person, as Yanwoo receives congratulations. Yoon Haisung warmly embraces Yanwoo, congratulating her and expressing certainty that she would reach ace class, while Yanwoo tearfully thanks her. Yoon Haisung is startled when she's called next for her evaluation, realizing it's her turn to perform. A female judge teases Yoon Haisung for her excessive happiness for Yanwoo, telling her to worry about her own performance, but Yoon Haisung simply smiles, stating she's genuinely happy. A judge comments on Yoon Haisung's previous strong performance, and the male judge notes her last practice was good, preparing to intently watch her current reevaluation. Yoon Haisung confidently prepares to perform the Chance intro, having heard it over 4,000 times, knowing she no longer needs to intentionally mess it up. Yoon Haisung performs Chance perfectly, achieving 100% proficiency and declaring she can perform it more flawlessly than anyone else. Yoon Haisung smiles directly at the viewer, confidently asserting that she will accept all their feelings. Yoon Haisung dances with vibrant energy, proclaiming herself the brightest star, while the judges are amazed she shows no wavering despite dancing and singing. A male judge observes Yoon Haisung's performance is an exact copy of the choreography video, down to the arm angle, as she performs Take a Chance. Chance. A judge questions if the person performing is truly the same Yoon Haisung, while Yoon Haisung internally resolves to seize this chance tonight no matter what. A profound silence falls over the audition hall as Yoon Haisung stands on stage, gesturing, with the judges and trainees looking on. A female judge, looking shocked, questions Yoon Haisung if she was deliberately holding back her skills from the trainers all this time. Yoon Haisung reacts with a look of dismay, internally acknowledging that she's gained far more attention than she intended, feeling she's messed up her plan. Yoon Haisung internally panics, realizing that the overwhelming attention on her performance must not overshadow Yanwoo's triumphant rise to ace class. Yoon Haisung intensely concentrates, trying to strategize the best possible response to her current situation. Yoon Haisung offers a sweet smile, explaining Yanwoo helped her from day one, even staying up all night, deciding she must tie herself to Yanwoo no matter what. Yoon Haisung, in a menacing hooded form, sternly instructs the PD to fully incorporate and develop Yanwoo's story arc, ensuring the narrative portrays her transformation from a clumsy mess to a capable individual. The male judge agrees, stating Yoon Haisung only struggled because she'd never properly learned to dance, confirming his instincts about her, while Yoon Haisung internally demands to be placed in ace class immediately. As the male judge prepares to announce Yoon Haisung's class, another judge intervenes, calling for a timeout to discuss the decision. Both the male judge and Yoon Haisung look surprised at the sudden call for a discussion about her class placement. An announcement directs trainees with changed classes to move to their new groups, followed by the revelation that the center for the signal song stage will be selected next. Two trainees greet Yanwoo, with one praising her reevaluation performance, and Yanwoo politely expresses her gratitude. A trainee expresses surprise that Yoon Haisung also made it into ace class, to which Yoon Hye-sung offers a sheepish laugh. Yoon Hye-sung admits her own surprise at making ace class, explaining that the trainers had a lengthy discussion, feeling her performance was somewhat robotic and lacked personal style. Two judges discussed the new trainee, noting her fundamentals are behind other ace trainees, but her vocals are solid, and her live dance performance was stable. Teacher Minty considers the trainee talented given her training period and recommends sending her to ace class based on her current performance. The male judge agrees with Teacher Minty, concluding the class decision as Yoon Hye-sung internally feels grateful to Ha-hyun for stepping in. An instructor announces they will introduce the ace class girls, showing 4 trainees in purple uniforms assembled in the auditorium. Hyun-nana excitedly embraces Yoon Hye-sung, congratulating her on returning to ace class and playfully pulling her cheek, proclaiming she knew this would happen. Yoon Hye-sung playfully scolds Hyun-nana for dropping formal speech, but Hyun-nana playfully retorts that they are friends if they are the same age. Lee Joo-ha, another trainee, asks if Yoon Hye-sung and Hyun-nana know each other, and Hyun-nana explains they met in the bathroom during preliminaries. Hyun-nana fondly recalls Yoon Hye-sung calling her a raging bull, while Yoon Hye-sung retorts that Hyun-nana was the one trying to break down the door. Hyun-nana playfully denies her past actions, then encourages Yeonwoo to speak comfortably, leading Yeonwoo to ask if she can call her Nana Uni, to which Hyun-nana excitedly agrees. The instructor introduces 2 more ace-tier trainees, Gil Ayeon and Namgung Seori, who strike impressive poses, showcasing their top dance abilities. Yeonwoo politely greets Gil Ayeon and Namgung Seori, suggesting they drop honorifics as she and Seori are both 22, and introduces herself as a new ace class member. A narrative panel explains that 2M's dance evaluations are run by a CEO known for intense training, and their basement studio is filled with high-level dancers. The narration continues, revealing that Gil Ayeon and Namgung Seori are rumored to be debut center-level trainees, a fact well known within the industry. Yoon Hye-sung internally worries that Hyun-nana and Han Yong-won will likely debut again, pondering how many spots are left and who Yong-woo needs to surpass. Yeon-woo startles Yoon Hye-sung, asking what she is so deeply in thought about, and Yoon Hye-sung quickly dismisses her concerns. Yeon-woo suggests they sit down as the center selection filming is about to begin, prompting Yoon Hye-sung to internally react with a nervous, "Yikes." A female instructor announces that the Signal Song Center will be chosen via a talent show open only to ace-tier trainees, with voting by hand-raising from other trainees. The instructor asks the ace class girls if they will apply. Han Young-won declines, while Chae Ju-in, a middle-tier trainee, considers applying. Yoon Hye-sung encourages Yeonwoo to apply, but Yeonwoo expresses reluctance, feeling she is too lacking, which shocks Yoon Hye-sung. Yoon Hye-sung angrily stands up and loudly confronts Yeonwoo, demanding to know what she means by lacking. Yoon Hye-sung's loud outburst causes all the trainees in the auditorium to turn and stare in shock. Han Young-won and Cha Ju-in, along with other trainees, react with wide-eyed surprise at Yoon Hye-sung's sudden outburst. Cha Ju-in then announces that both Yoon Hye-sung and Na Yeon-woo are applying, surprising Yoon Hye-sung herself. Yoon Hye-sung stares in disbelief at Cha Ju-in, who winks, explaining it's all good experience, despite her own inability to apply due to her lower rank. The female instructor announces that Yoon Hye-sung and Na Yeon-woo are both registered for the center selection and instructs them to step forward. Yeonwoo looks nervously at Yoon Hye-sung, asking what they should do, as Yoon Hye-sung internally panics, realizing applying for center was not part of her plan.